I'm about to show you 3 solves, which I'll call solve 1, solve 2, and solve 3. 2 of them are completely normal and completely real, but one is 100% fake that I did with a prepared scramble. Your job is to figure out which of the 3 solves is the fake one, but you don't get to see the scramble, you don't get to see the full inspection, all you get to see is the video of the 3 solves. First you'll see them one by one, and then you'll see them all at the same time, and then you get to guess which one is the fake one. So let's see the solves. So which one was the fake one? Was it solve 1, solve 2, or solve 3? Let me know in the comments what your guess is. And please don't cheat here, make your guess right now. I asked some friends of mine this exact question recently, and here's what they had to say.
You're about to see 3 solves.
2 are 100% real, 1 is completely fake.
My challenge is to figure out which solve is the fake one. Alright, yellow cross on the bottom. .32 seconds. I legitimately have no idea what I'm even looking for at this point. I have no idea how to determine a fake solve. So, solve 2. I mean, they all look fake to me because I can't even conceivably solve that fast. I feel like I need to look for something hidden, like an edit or something. Okay, so I'm looking at all 3 of these videos, and the first one is like the keyboard's in focus, the second one the keyboard's kind of in focus, and the third one it's like completely out of focus. If I were to say which one looks the most fake, I would say it would be solve 1 because everything looks too edited. So yeah. If I have to pick one, I'm gonna go ahead and say that solve 1 is the fake solve, and solves 2 and 3 are the real solves. So hopefully that's correct, and we'll see what happens. So.
Oh, he's too fast. I can't keep up. I mean, that seems pretty real, right? Like, that seems like a normal solve. See, I still don't understand what's supposed to be fake about them. Like, is this supposed to be like a jump cut or like? What do you mean fake solve? What? Okay, I'm so confused right now. It's supposed to be like some like fake what? I'm so confused right now. Like, what does a fake solve even mean? Okay, I don't know if I'm missing anything or something. I don't know, maybe I'm just not good enough at cubing. I don't know, maybe he's doing some like weird winter variation thing and I'm just too slow to understand it. Cause I have no idea what's going on. I mean, all of them seem like normal solves, right? Like, I still don't understand what he means by fake. Does he mean like... Like, what do you mean, what's a fake solve? I don't understand. Like, am I supposed to be knowing something? I'm still not getting anything from any of these. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid, but I'm really not getting anything from them. They just seem like 3 completely normal solves, honestly. Wait, I'm just going to say solve number 2. I don't know.
I don't know, you're pretty fast. So it's gonna have to be pretty obviously fake. So solve 1. There are some pauses there, which makes me think that one's probably real. Alright, solve 2. You kind of looked at the back of the cube. I like that R3 U-perm. That was a good solve. I still don't see anything that looks fake. I don't know. Okay, so the side by side. It looked like there was less moving around of the cube on solve 3. So I would probably have to go with solve 3 if I had to guess. But they all looked really good, and you're much faster than me. So good job on this. Good job on the 2 that were real. And if you faked me out, I'm not happy about that. But still, good solves, and thanks for letting me be a part of this. Talk to you later. Bye.
Asking the 3 of them worked out so much better than I possibly could have hoped for. They all chose different options, which means exactly one of them is right and the other 2 are wrong. So did any of them convince you? Did you change your mind? Let me know in the comments. But 3 people isn't exactly enough to do real science or make any real conclusions, so I wanted to show this to more people. So I took that video, put it in a Google form, and shared that Google form on my Discord, on Reddit, and in the community tab on my YouTube channel. And that got a ton of people to take it. After a few days, the results of the form were super interesting. Over 950 people took it, and out of all of them, 20.4% thought it was solve 1, 46.9% thought it was solve 2, and 32.6% thought it was solve 3. The second question in the forum was how confident people were about their answer on a scale from 1 to 5. Out of everyone that answered, the most common responses for this one by far were 3 or 4, with over 80% of people putting their confidence at an 8 or higher. Either a lot of people got this right, or a lot of people were really overconfident. And the last question of the forum was asking people what their reason was for their guess. And there were a lot of common reasons. Some of them were really smart, some of them were really stupid, and a lot were in between. Let's go over the most common reasons for suspecting each solve. Out of the people who thought solve 1 was fake, the most common reason by far was that they thought the pauses during F2L looked suspicious, with the second most common being that it seemed like I magically knew what to do to skip OLL, even though just about anyone would do a sledgehammer there for EO. Other less intelligent reasons include that I did yellow cross instead of white, and that it seemed too fast. For solve 2, there were 3 super common reasons. My F2L had no pauses, the Y2 rotation seemed suspicious, and my OLL and PLL recognition seemed too fast to be real. And for solve 3, people seemed to either think that my F2L was ridiculously fluid, or that the OLL skip was suspicious. So now we finally have some real data, but who's right? Which solve was the fake one? The fake solve was solve 1. Yep, you heard that right. The least popular answer was actually the correct one. Only 20% of people guessed solve 1, which means that I fooled 80% of people with these 3 solves. So how did I do that? Let me show you. I started off by preparing F2L for an entire scramble, working backwards. I wanted to make something that was not just believable, but discrete, all while being fast enough to work for a low 6-second solve. I ended up making this, which I really liked. I think making it not rotationless really added to how convincing it was. Then I found a cross solution that I could do quickly, and more importantly, when I set it up, the yellow cross was still a better option than the white cross. That just leaves last layer, and to be honest, that was the hardest part of faking it. It's really well known that humans are really bad at faking randomness, and I knew that if I tried to fake randomness, that would make it really suspicious. So I didn't even try faking it. What I did at first was just get a last layer scramble, not look at it so the recognition would be real, and then set up my fake cross in F2L and do the solves that way. The problem with this is that most of the time I would get a last layer that was too bad to get a low 6-second solve while trying to make the F2L look realistic, and it would add some weird situations where I should do sledge but that wasn't in the plan, so I would hesitate and that would be weird. So I ended up deciding that doing a full last layer wouldn't work. Then I tried just doing a PLL scramble, setting up a sexy sledge OLL or something like that, and then doing the cross and F2L setup, but that's just faking randomness again, and I didn't feel quite right with it. So I decided in the end to add a sledgehammer to the very end of my fake F2L and make it skip OLL. So I would do just a PLL scramble, then start off my fake F2L with a hedge, and then do everything else like normal. I ended up doing that for quite a while. I got a few candidates for the fake solve, and the one I chose was a 632 with a GA perm. As for the real solves, I just did like an hour-long session where I was intentionally trying to go really fast, and I got a bunch of candidates for the video. After that, I brought in all of the candidate solves into Final Cut and laid them all out in a row. I wanted to choose solves that were really close to each other in terms of time, but had some variety in terms of what happened in the solves. I ended up going with a 608 that had an OLL skip, and a 634 with an easy OLL and U-perm. One thing that became incredibly clear as I started getting more responses is that I accidentally did a really good job of making my real solves look suspicious. I didn't really think about the really fast PLL recognition or the OLL skip or the really fluid F2L too much in the moment because that's pretty normal for me. But when you take it out of context, then it looks suspicious. So overall, I did a really good job of making this a really difficult challenge. But there was one fatal mistake I made that luckily no one noticed, but if you notice it, it gives it away right away. You know how I said that I recorded all of the real solves in one session? Well, if you look in the lower left corner of the solve footage for solves 2 and 3, I was wearing shorts, which means you can see my bare legs in the lower left corner. But on solve 1, I was recording that on a different day, you can see my gray pants in the camera instead. If you saw that, that would give it away, but luckily, no one noticed. So what can you learn from this? You can learn a few things. First of all, faking solves is actually pretty difficult, and most of the time, people won't get away with it. 99% of the fake solves you'll find online are really obvious, and you won't have trouble identifying them as fake. The only reason I got away with it here is because I'm capable of the time I was faking in the first place. But remember, the only proof of skill that you can 100% trust are seeing someone's WCA results. And most importantly, if you can look this deeply into my solves because I made it into this game, you can definitely look this deeply into your own solves to figure out what you can improve upon. And if you think you can't, guess what? You're lying to yourself! So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it, and I'd like to do more sort of challenge stuff in the future. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share the video. All of that stuff helps me out so much. I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Brody, signing out.